welcome back to Intro 2. And today, we're talking about scaring the hoes.
Woo!
Scaring the hoes.
A Halloween edition. Actually, it will be the end of Halloween by
Exactly.
this comes out. But
it'll be ring ding ding a ling ding 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 a ling doo. Ding ding ding. I hadn't planned on doing a second verse. I was like, it's okay. I'm a
Uncle.
former.
No, but you will be in the Christmas spirit by the time this comes out.
Oh,
And your brain will still be having its own heartbeat.
Yeah.
With the weekend you've had, Halloween weekend.
I know you guys have been enjoying it. Okay, it's easy to get in those slutty outfits, and enjoy yourself. And I'm glad that you enjoyed yourself. Okay, I'll be having a night in. She's a grandma.
That is actually rough in Halloween. That's rough.
No, yeah, but guys, I miss the fam. So, what can I say? What can I say?
So cute.
Exactly.
No, I'll be on a rager. I will be on a bender
Ranger
as outfit number 1,
okay.
clown. Outfit
Ooh,
number 2,
You don't need an outfit
undecided.
Damn!
And outfit number 3, either Katy Perry in the California Girls music video.
Now, how are you gonna construct that? Fix it, Felix. How are you gonna do that?
The audience asks, listen, you know that that filler, like the construction filler that like foams up?
No,
The one
that everyone.
Yes, the
used.
mirror.
Yeah,
The basic bitch mirror
yeah,
on like a bra.
yeah.
It's,
And
it's
Enya's
a
costume
cream
for-
cake. Yeah.
yeah.
I was going to say the chair.
Yeah.
The chair.
The chair.
The chair.
If you know.
If you know, you know. Real wants to know. But yeah, so I will be on an absolute bender and a half this weekend.
I'm praying for your liver, and I will be sending liver replacements.
Yeah. Also, I fear we just neglected the fact that we didn't introduce ourselves. So I'm Molly.
And I'm Tana. And you're listening to Intro. Okay.
Yeah, because the people in the back,
Hey, the real muscle.
the muscle men said, introduce
There's
yourself.
hombres at the back. They said, hey, guys.
Give those pretty ladies some names.
Hey. Well, now you know.
Yeah. But back to the topic, scaring the hoes. Tana birthed this topic. She crowned it. She kind of, she tended to.
I did everything that needed to be done before, so that I could become pregnant with this topic at hand, and I can deliver it today. I'm so happy to be delivering this.
As a mother, where did this topic come from? Like, actually, tell me about scaring the hoes. To anyone who doesn't know the origin of scaring the hoes, what does it mean to scare a hoe? And who is the hoe in this situation, Tana?
So, a common misconception, actually, is that scaring the hoes is the same as an ick. Babes, you've got it all wrong. An ick, let me describe it to you. An ick is when you have, like, a little boo, a little bae thing. And, like, before this, they were, like, a Greek god sent down just for you. That was your person.
Real.
And you were like, oh, my gosh, they could do no wrong in my eyes. And then you see them, like talk to their mum and get all stroppy, and you're like, oh, okay, you're real. Okay, you're real. You're not just like a fantasy thing that I absolutely was obsessed with. Like, you're a real person. Okay, slay. And ick is something that you can get over, and sometimes people don't get over them, and that's why they had this whole thing on the social medias, which was like, my ick, I broke up with my boyfriend over an ick.
Can I say that's valid though? As someone who is an ick survivor, every single time I get into
but I feel like
but there is a line.
There's like a difference between an ick and a red flag, and I feel like often people are like red flags, and they'll be like, my ick, like, he never responded to me, babe.
My ick, he has no respect for me.
My ick, he called my mum a bitch.
And the crowd went silent. Girl, that's not an ick.
That's
the
not an
flu.
ick.
That's the flu.
Like,
That's
you need to go.
Yeah.
You need to depart. But
Honestly.
anyways, so then scaring the hoes would be, to put this in analogical terms, okay? Shout out analogy, shout out ideology. if you have bees around a honeypot, the honeypot being you, okay, shout out sexy, yeah, you are the honeypot, and then you have all these bees, and the bees are the hose.
Yeah.
The bees are the hose. The bees are the hose, right?
Bees are the hose.
So you scaring the hose would be someone coming over with like, you know, the smoker, and they just smokes out all the bees, and you have no one left apart from like the weird
That one
mutated
straggler.
bee, which is like, yeah, I love you anyways. Weirdo. So when you say, I went on a gap year to Thailand, that's the smoke.
Yeah. Rah, have you heard about this new Theo Von?
Hey, not too much on Theo Von, okay? Wait. But the point of what we're saying is that you had something and you just messed up, like slightly.
Slips through your
it
fingers.
just literally slipped through your fingers. Like, you know that one Spider-Man meme, and he's like on his knees and he's like with a phantom.
Yeah.
Do you
That
know
one.
it? For real.
No.
Oh.
Insert picture.
And then that is what that is like. You
Yeah.
had something and you messed up, and it's fine. And the reason why I know so much about this topic is because I have a doctorate in scaring the hosology.
Oh, really? When did this happen? Wait, when did
Hey.
this happen?
Hey, I've always been scaring the hose, and I feel like it's just natural from me, like from the way that I am.
Yeah.
It's just kind of sad because I just end up scaring the hose, and it's part of my personality. What can I say?
Listen, everyone has to recognize after watching this episode that you are capable of scaring the hose, and
Yeah.
like everyone does it unconsciously.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you're like a fugly bitch.
Yeah, it doesn't
It
mean that
just means that everyone has their thing, and like me and Tana have both
there's
exposed
hope
each
for
other.
you. There's
like,
hope for you is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Is that if you see two baddies who are telling you, hey, we also scare the hose at times,
It
that
happens
means
to
that
everyone.
you're okay.
Yeah.
That you, like, not saying that you're less of a baddie, but like, you also, like, you'll be fine.
Yeah. We can work through this together.
Hand in hand. Thumbnail.
Okay. On to scaring the hose. I have my notebook out.
Scared. Already scared.
Mm.
Notebook.
Yeah, I have my notebook out because I wanted to really. Recently, scaring the hose has come a bit too close to home.
Guys, moment of silence, please. We had a hoe. I'm saying we as if. Hey!
We had a hoe, and the hoe got terrified away.
No, the hoe was actually terrifying.
Yeah, so rip.
Exactly.
Rip. But in my key work experience after that, my key volunteering, I have come away from my experience with a stacked CV of how to scare the hose. Not from my part.
Hey.
Thank you for that one.
We're listening.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm going to start off strong. And I'm going to say the straight man mating call in clubs.
Please divulge.
This epidemic...
Is this the hands? Is
this epidemic has come from Drake.
Oh.
It's arisen from Drake and Drake's confidence. And I just blame Drake, really. It is this. So, you're dancing in the club. You're having such a good time. You know, there's a bit of remixed ABBA on at Bobby's.
Oh. Let me not even get onto that, because that will make me go home. Emo.
Yeah. I'm feeling myself. The lighters are giving me like partial migraine. I'm thinking, yeah, Jaeger bomb. And tell me why a man catches my eye. I'm accidentally looking at him, and suddenly we're bonded together for a pension. He's like, should we open a joint bank account? I'm like, what? I was trying to look for my friend. And
he's already locked
this
in.
is a tell. Now, I know some ladies that are criminal for this, so it doesn't just include straight men, because I know some ladies that are criminal for this.
Yeah, this is open, actually.
But the
We
eye
don't
contact
discriminate.
is just like, it's like a sign that like, oh yeah, let's get together then, because I've glanced your way.
Yeah. That's actually so real. I feel like with our new generation, but they've moved away from like actually speaking to people, and now it's like they'll look
Yeah.
at you and it's like, babe, like you have a mouth, like you can actually use it. And then afterwards, oh, this is another thing. For example, jumping off that point, leaping off that point, just piggybacking off Molly's point just there. Like when you see someone that like they like you, or like you kind of feel that there might be a little vibe there or something, and then you see them in person or you see them at a party, air you, and then they'll message you saying, I saw you at the party. So when you were looking the entire time, what was that?
Yeah.
And you've just scared all your hoes away.
Because suddenly you've seen straight through me. And also, like, there's a thing that's like, I saw you at the party. Or, right, okay, this is how I view it. Is if I saw you at the party,
Yeah.
I saw you and we had a conversation.
Yeah.
That's seeing. Seeing is believing. You know what I mean? But these people, they just glance over and they think, what a
Yeah.
meet cute we just had.
What? I wasn't there.
I wasn't there. I wasn't present in a room that you were present properly. We didn't have a one-to-one.
Crazy.
You're lazy.
Crazy.
The laziness actually scares away the
Oh, I
hoes.
saw you at the lecture today. Oh, this
No,
doesn't
then-
happen to me. Sorry. I saw you at the lecture today.
I was on a 2-week holiday, so that's crazy. Because it wasn't me.
Because it wasn't me, because you were glancing. You didn't say anything. How do you know it was me?
Because what happened
How
to
do you
Don't
know
Stare?
I'm not a figment of your imagination?
Real.
I'm not real.
I'm not real. I'm a Tyler
I'm
Durden.
AI. I'm a Tesla bot. How can I help you today?
Yeah. But yeah, the whole thing, clubs is just like, clubs scare away the hoes, I think. Like,
Yeah.
it's so difficult to maintain that hoe-ship
Yeah.
in a club setting, because it's like, I don't even know. Like, oh my God, actually, you know what scares the hoes? Wait, let
Go
me
on.
readjust.
I've
I've
readjusted.
readjusted.
She's back.
I'm back. Prism is one of the clubs that got shut down in Leeds. RIP.
Yeah, R.I.P. please.
I heard a rumour that scares away the hoes.
Oh,
that-
the rumours are true.
I think they are
Yeah.
about Prism.
Go on.
That there was an STD
Oh,
found on the
gosh.
club floor, still dancing to Beyonce way through the night.
Oh,
That scares away the hoes. Prism.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, is Prism still alive? This is the
Prism's
real
still
question.
alive.
Producers.
Prism is still alive.
Is Prism still alive outside of Leeds?
I know this for fact, but
It is. It's just the Leeds one that got shut down.
Why?
It's still kicking in like Kingston, Richmond.
Hey!
There's one in Reading apparently. They're everywhere. They're thriving.
Oh.
thriving's such a colourful word to describe it, because with chlamydia, I don't think they're thriving that much.
Something's thriving. The
Something's
bacteria.
thriving. Real. But yeah, no, the whole thing of clubs. Actually, I'm gonna create a situation for you now, Tana. Get them VR goggles
Place me-
on.
Place me in. Oh, I'm a Tesla bot again.
Get them VR goggles on. And you at home, I know you got nothing else going on.
Okay.
You're in the club. You're back in the club.
Oh.
Whoa.
Get me out. Get me out. Get me
Whoa.
out.
That skirt's coming up a little bit too
Oh,
high.
flipping it.
But you've brought someone to the prees, and now they've come to the club
Boy.
with you.
Okay.
Because in some situation, like, we've actually accepted the people that we like.
Okay.
Craziness. And your housemate is trying to
Okay.
get with the other housemates. Now, this doesn't
This
scare
is
away.
not going where I thought it was gonna go.
Yeah, this is not you scaring away the hoes. This is your friends scaring away the
aiding
hoes.
to scare away. I can scare away the hose by myself.
Yeah,
I do not
I
need
do not
your
need you.
help.
I'm talking. Stop the smooching. Oh my God, my house is guilty
Why
for
are
this.
the housemates getting with each other? Yeah, that would actually scare me if I was the hoe
Yeah.
that was being brought into this situation. I would be scared.
I'd say incestuous. I'd say
I'd be like,
Are we-
okay, so you also partake.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm gonna take a step back.
so. We're all chewing on the same piece of gum. You know,
Tasty.
swapping spits.
Yeah, yummy. I feel like that one, in terms of scaring the hoes, that would scare me. Like, genuinely, I'd
Yeah.
be scared. Like with the whole club thing, and sorry, Molly, to put you out here, but like, you are also guilty of scaring the hoes in this specific sense, guys.
Yeah.
And this isn't just me dogging out Molly. She's gonna bring up something that I do as well. But like, okay, we'll say the general topic of something so personal about scaring the hoes for me personally is drunkenness in a specific context. Listen, I have no like qualms about being drunk or like tipsiness, because I feel like it's really, really fun. However, Mo over here is queen of like, when she's drunk, she'll go into the smoking area first, asking if anyone has a vape. Genuinely asking if anyone has a vape, but she does not own one and she does not buy vapes.
I don't vape either.
And
I
she
just
doesn't
like to.
she's just asking to check if anyone has one on them.
The vape discourse is a crazy one because it's easy to ask someone for a vape and then go into the monologue of, actually, did you know about
Yeah.
vaping?
Yeah.
Like,
It's a slippery slope.
I don't know what it is. And I ask, like, I carry a lighter in my bag as well. This is one of the things. I will carry a lighter in my bag.
Why?
I don't smoke.
Just to be a fairy godmother.
I know, this is the thing. I don't smoke. I don't partake in the partying. But for some weird reason, I just think it's funny to like chat with people about their little quirks and perks.
Yeah.
And then when someone's
Their
like,
little habit.
"Oh, do you have a lighter? Oh, do you?" Actually, I do.
Yeah, I do. Let's keep this party going. Let's take this
Yeah,
conversation outside.
Actually, I do. The smoking area, though.
And then on top of that, after she's asked people just to check if they've got some things on them, not that, yeah,
Whole body
just,
scan.
just checking. And then after that, she'll find the male who's there with his friend or by himself, and then she will grill him. I don't know what this male has done to her. She doesn't know this male, but she'll find a male and she'll just start grilling him. Molly will go up to a man and she'll be like, "Oh, what's your name?" He'll say, "Oh, my name's Harry." And then she'll be like, "Yeah, obviously you're from down south. Like, yeah, you're probably rich and you probably do rugby, don't you?" And he'll be like, "Yeah, I did a bit of rugby back when I was like in secondary. Why?" She'll be like, "Yeah, well, obviously, don't you know the system that oppresses women?" And then I'll just be standing there like, I want to go back inside. She started a conversation, and this man will be so drunk and so like out of it. He'll be like, "Yeah, that's a fair point, actually." And she'll be like, "No, don't say it's a fair point." And it's like,
I did this at a party. Shout out to Katie. I went to a
Shout out,
party
Katie.
and I
don't know if this story is really mature enough.
did this at a party. I kept calling this man bin bag because he was dressed as a tin man, but I couldn't remember in my drunken state the word tin foil.
Yeah,
so it mixed.
to
in.
be fair, no shade, but like it was giving slight bin bag.
It
'Cause
was
the tin
giving a
foil
bit
wasn't
bin
really
bag.
tin foiling. He knows this.
Yeah,
We said this to him.
but yeah. Listen, I'm sorry to that guy.
Sorry to that man.
But it just happens. I mean, I remember being with you once and doing it in the smoking area.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I think it's the smoking area that scares away the host for me. Like, it's a new lease of life
Yeah.
for me. That
But-
knock of fresh air.
I feel like also on a general scale, like drunkenness and like, or being on any substance to a point where like it just makes other people like uncomfortable. I'm not talking about you,
Yeah.
but I'm saying like on a separate note, like drunkenness to the point where it's like, bro, I didn't know what to say. Like, are you okay? Like, or if it's like someone is so high that you're toilet. Someone is so high that you're like, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'll actually tell this story because I feel like it's
Tell
like
the toilet.
this toilet story. So I was at an afters for a drama. There was something to do with like theatre groups.
Was it not the
social.
awards?
It might have been the awards, but I'm trying to keep it underground. It might have been the awards, or it might have been like some other social. And upstairs there was there was like a line for the toilet, and upstairs there was a man, and he was quite high. Like, and me personally, before this, I was like the babiest of freshers. Like, I had never seen anyone who was like on any type of drugs to the point where they were like on the floor and couldn't move and couldn't speak and were making various facial and hand gestures in a corner by themselves.
Oh.
So I was like, I'm waiting for the toilet, and he was, and like there was other people on the stairs as well, and he was like, he couldn't speak obviously because he was so high, and he was like, toilet to me on the stairs, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna, like, I'm next in line for the toilet, so is it okay if I just go? And he was like, out of his mind, in the deepest hole of his life, he was fighting demons, and I was just like, I was so upset as to having seen that. And me, the only reference that I had to any type of drugs before this was Euphoria, so I thought this bitch was ruining out on the floor. I was like, so I went back downstairs. I had to go to the toilet. Looking back on this story, it's so funny, but I was actually kind of scared. I went back downstairs after the toilet, and I was like to my friend, I was like low key, like not to ruin the vibe, but there's like a guy upstairs and he's not doing too good, guys. Because I thought this bitch was gonna die. I thought he was gonna O to the D on the floor, and I would have just been complicit in that. I thought he was gonna beautiful boy me on the stairs. I was like, guys, he needs help. But then after that, I told my friend, and she was like, okay, like, is he actually, is he conscient? Like, is he, will he be fine? Like, you know, he always does coke all the time. Like, he always does all those substances. Like, it's classic him.
Classic.
And then I was like, well, he doesn't seem like he's gonna die. And then she was like, so we'll just leave him. And then we just did leave him, and someone else was like, I'll just go see if he's okay. He's out here kicking, diving. I don't even know if he still goes to this uni. That's why I'm so glad to tell this story. But yeah, toilet
scares away the host. Yeah, I will completely agree. I've had my very fair share of experiences with drunk people. When I was in first year, like I mentioned last episode, we lived with 2 rugby boys, and they got up to absolute mischief after the rugby socials. And also I had like one of my first experiences of drunk calling, like the other day. Drunk refuge is that your toe that I'm touching? Yeah. Cheeky.
Don't do that.
Drunk refuge is the easier term to say. And scaring away the hose 101, coming into my humble abode, my institution of comfort, my place of worship, and trembling in.
Yeah.
Embarrassing me.
Especially if you're like the friend of someone else, and I don't know why you didn't go back to your own home, but you're not the hoe, but you're the friend of someone else, and you are both like making a ruckus. And I'm like, there are viable hoes that I've seen, and I'll be like, oh, you would have been viable if you didn't do this. Because they'll come home at like 6 a.m. Then they'll start on the DJ deck, shout out Hyde Park, and they'll be like spinning it at 6 a.m. I'm like, babe, there's nothing to spin here. Go home.
Let's spin that head right to bed, yeah.
Exactly. Spin that head right. You spin my head. No. Listen, I'm going to get you
like
to
I'm in
join in on
Glee.
my songs. Like, yeah, because, yeah, classic Gleek. What can I say?
This is what you missed on last episode of Glee.
Actually, that's another podcast.
Glee.
No,
Beep.
it's literally okay.
Oh no, it is. It is.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out too.
Shout out.
But yeah, inebriation is just like to a certain level, it's just so unattractive,
Yeah.
and it like it actually is really embarrassing because as a drunk person, you really don't remember what you've done the night before, but the person that you drunk called does, and like actually like serious mode for a second. Just think about how embarrassing you're being right now.
But I feel like sometimes, and this is rare though. This is rare. Don't take my advice because I don't know if it's gonna work. But sometimes if you're drunk, and if this is only if you're locked in, so this doesn't really apply to the hose, right? But if you're drunk and then you call that person,
It's quite sweet sometimes.
it's sweet.
It's endearing.
It's sweet.
That's what I thought.
Clock that. Another scaring the hose situ would be, I feel like, and this is really specific, so it might be difficult to explain, but if you are someone, and this is usually of the male variety, I'm sorry, but
Safe space
if
for everyone,
they
though.
start, like, for example, because they want to attract a certain type of individual, they will then, if they're asked the question, what music do you listen to, they will then change their answer to something that they know the hoosh will like. So then they start saying, a usual Drake Gunna listener, Kendrick listener, will now start saying, and Tyler, which is in itself like scaring the hose. Listen, I love Tyler, the creator. Shout out Chromacopia. But like those people who listen to that variety of music will start saying all of a sudden, yeah, I listen to SZA, I listen to Steve Lacy, I listen to Jhené Aiko. And everyone looked around in confusion because it's like, I know what you're trying to do, and it's actually doing the reverse thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not looking at you and I'm going, oh my gosh, what the heck? You listen to SZA? Oh my gosh, what's your favorite song? Normal Girl?
Because Drew Barrymore, the party's over.
Yeah.
So get out.
Yeah. What's your favorite song? No, it's not that thing. I'm actually like, I would much prefer it if I was completely different to the person.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, once I say that, then this is how I'm giving you tips. So these are golden nuggets. You better be listening.
Store them
But
like
then
a golden hen.
After that, after I say, hey, this is the person that I like listening to, then you start listening. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Okay?
And you say, oh, you know, I listen.
Oh, I listened to so-and-so. I listened to this
Cheeky.
album. Oh.
Cheeky.
Oh, because that's cheeky and that's nice and that's tasteful.
Yeah.
What's not tasteful is you stalking through the Instagrams, trying to find the people that you listen to and then saying that. Oh, what music do you listen to? Oh, I listen to Eve's Tumor. No, you don't. Okay?
Yeah.
Wait for me to say that and then afterwards you can start going, oh, Noid is a really good song. Yeah, bitch, I know. Yeah, I know.
You ate with that.
Yeah.
It's true, though. It is true. The whole music thing is like, it can really scare away the hose. It's
Yeah.
just...
And I would much prefer to be in a car listening to a heady one rather than like, and then have like one like random one of my songs come on and it was like, yeah, I actually listened to this song and it was pretty good.
That's a smile out the window moment.
Yeah.
That's it's all gonna be all right, girl. Like, get some Bridget Mendler on when that happens. Like, good luck, Charlie.
No hurricanes here.
Yeah.
It's all gonna be fine. Like, that's when you start going,
Clocked in. And we're locked in. And I'm clocking in for work. And I'm doing my shift. And I'm a hard worker. And commitment issues don't...
I got commitment issues. Actually, I can't lie. I would not be able to sit through Central C. I'll be able to listen to a couple songs. Like, I gotta be homophobic. Cause my lead, like, how can you?
Too much. No, there's some songs that if that came on, I'd be like,
Yeah. I'd be like, skip. What other things scare the hoes, mate? Give us your list.
I do this, so I'm gonna target myself because I do this so bad. And Tana says I do this a lot, and I didn't really realize. And then I was like, oh shit. Love bombing to romanticize it. I'll elaborate.
Oh, gosh.
I love to go for someone I'm not actually attracted to. It's such a fun and fresh little activity because it's kind of like, let's see how we can convince myself that they're attractive. One time I convinced myself that I was obsessed with Paul Dano.
Yeah,
I know we all had that.
I don't know how you did that.
Convinced myself that I was obsessed with Paul Dano because the guy I was speaking to, who I couldn't
resembled him.
Yeah, and I couldn't really escape that situation. So I did that. And I love to love bomb, to romanticize someone, which is like, I don't do it in the emotional manipulation way. It's more of like, this is for me. This is my Pinterest board, like verbally.
What if? Oh my gosh, what if we're together? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Like, what
Should
if
we go to that concert together?
Oh my gosh. But then it's just like, actually, like, what if I was by myself?
Yeah. What if I got back with my girlfriends and we had fun?
Hey. Oh, speaking of girlfriends, another thing that scares the hoes is having friends. Hey. You're all clicking off. What the heck? You didn't even let me land. What I mean by this is, like, for example, you always, and this is difficult because I know for me, like, when me and Molly are at a party, like, we are like linked up like this.
It's scary duo.
It's scary. No one can like come up to you at all because, like, where you are, there's another like other 3-4 other people.
There's two entities and it's struggling to get one.
That, like, we were talking about this earlier, like, for example, if for example, if you're talking to someone, like your friend's boyfriend or your friend's girlfriend or your friend's partner, #inclusion, if you're talking to them and you're like, oh, I remember, like, oh, you guys went out to, I don't know, Nando's. Like, I remember, like, you guys went out to Nando's. How was that? He's just like, that was spontaneous. Like, that literally happened today. Like, how did you find out? And then it's like, oh, you guys talk.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that scares the hoes because even me, if someone else was like, oh, like, you guys talk, I'd be like, oh, if I figured out that someone else was talking to me, to their bestie about, like, everything that we're doing, I'm thinking, how do I get out of this? Because they're too close of friends.
Yeah.
So, guys, if you have friends, in order to not scare away the hoes, you need to be able to, like, separate at certain times. If you're at the party, don't be linked up and keyed up in one corner, because I know when we're at a party, we're linked up, keyed up in one corner, and it's scary. You can't even walk through the gates. Like,
shout out to that London boy I was speaking to at a party, actually, with Tana, who said he was going to publish me, and we stuck together like glue. He ended up giving, because Tana went, let me go ask for his number for you, and he ended up giving me a fake number. Shout out Rob.
No,
shout out you, Rob.
Shout out Rob, because
Rob.
We were robbed of dreams because he said he was gonna publish Molly in the flipping,
in like a feminist paper.
In the feminist paper.
So shout out Rob.
He said he's gonna watch this podcast, so he better. We were selling that.
He follows our Instagram. He screenshotted it. Oh, did he ever follow? No, you didn't, Rob.
And that's the thing, like, it's partially our fault because we treat every single event like it's a networking event. Like, we are the people, and then we're not actually there to find hoes. We're finding people to, like, listen to our podcast.
We're finding fans.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that also in turn scares the hoes. Listen.
You do a podcast. What do you talk about on it?
Yeah, we just talk about uni life and like.
And they're like,
it's
oh, so
nothing
it's just like a
serious.
bit of fun. And you're like,
Well, no, we actually say some really interesting things. Actually,
it's quite intellectual, actually, if you think about it from
if you
a
think
female
about
perspective.
scaring the hoes, like it does. It's not easy.
It's actually a take on patriarchy and how women feel kind of
Exactly.
pressured to conform to a certain level of flirting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no. Yeah. The kinship, the friendship does terrify.
Yeah.
Because
Does
also the
payroll.
tag teaming against someone you see him. I am terrible for this. My best friend has been with her boyfriend now for nearly 2 years, and we would tag team him to the point of like,
Yeah. What? Like in an argument?
or like just making fun of him together.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes it
Yeah.
goes too far,
Yeah.
and they just don't enjoy
I
that.
used to do the same thing, and the thing is, I used to be like, there's like a running joke meme type thing, like down south, so you wouldn't really get it, where like the black people are. Oh, look how she was silenced.
No, actually, I revoked
Where
that.
it's like, there's this one man like trying to move to this one girl. This is the joke, by the way. And then there's like the ugly girl. Sorry, feminism down the drain. There's like the ugly. Sorry, and I have to say it because it's part. Like, this is the joke. That's not saying I'm agreeing with it, but it's like there's like the duff, right, on the side, who's like, why are you trying to move to my friend though? That
I did that.
was me. And Duff's, you scare the friend. Ooh, scare the hoes.
Scare the host.
Duff
No.
scare the hoes, because I can't lie, that was heavy me. I used to be like, yeah, but he's not even leg though. Girl. Oh, girl. Them cornrows is chewed. I literally had like, No, because Talia's going to bring up the image right here. I used to have like cornrows that were thick from the beginning, from the beninging. I used to have cornrows thick from the beninging. Or I'd have braids which were like old AF, like literally you could see the natural hair coming through. And I'd be standing like, yeah, but where's his car at? Bro, you're in year 10. What the fuck? Does he even drive though? What? What are you talking about? So I feel like Duff's like step back, okay? Step back.
Yeah. A drunk memory that comes to mind of mine actually is I did the exact same thing last year, and this was so awful, and I will repent every single day.
It's okay.
My friend was getting with someone, but I mistook who she was getting with for the friend, and I said respectfully no, and then I walked off with her and I said he was a minger. Said it really,
The secondhand
really,
embarrassment.
really
I can't do
loud.
secondhand embarrassment. Like, it
I was
literally
so drunk.
It makes me feel ill.
But like, I am actually I'm quite a nice person when you get to know me, but that was just so awful of me, and that actually scares away the host. Just being rude.
Yeah.
Like, they actually, shout out Jess, she brought up this situation when I was asking them kind of about scaring the hose, and she was like, yeah, like when someone is just like actually just rude, like it gets to a point where you're just like, shut up.
Or like taking themselves like way too seriously.
Yeah.
Like they're out here going, yeah, and honestly, like the meaning of fashion, and you know, it all started with Rick Owens and how he decided to subvert the tracksuit from something so casual into something so elegant. You know, all this controversy with Balenciaga is honestly just an indication of our current generation and, you know, how woke culture is.
I asked you we get a Mackey's. That was my question.
I asked you where your trousers are from. And you started on this. I asked you, I said I liked your Converse, and you were like, actually, these aren't Converse. Did you know? Oh, I'm
It's just
sorry.
too
I'm
much.
sorry.
It's
I
just
feel like
too much.
taking yourself seriously is like something which is so rampant within our generation because
Yeah.
it's like everything is a think piece. No, like just chill out. Like I'm asking you a question. Like it's not really that deep, and you'll be fine after this. Like it's so chill. But on that note. And the thing is, the reason why I feel so strongly about like people taking themselves seriously is because I don't take anyone seriously, and I feel like that in the inverse is scaring the hoes.
Yeah.
I am extremely friendly, and I feel like that scares the hoes in the sense that um people don't really know whether like I remember I was talking to this guy and he was like, yeah, you just come off as patronizing because you're like super friendly. And I was like, I don't know what to do. Like hashtag problems of a bubbly girl. Like I didn't even know what to say because I would speak to these people all the time, like ask them how their day was, like ask them like what they're interested in. I'd be like, oh hey girl, and it's like like not obviously, but sometimes a man doesn't want to be called a girl, or sometimes like it's just
The
like
pet name isn't.
the pet name
wanted.
is not
Yeah.
hitting when I'm saying, oh babe, it's chill. And it was really bad. I used to call everyone babe, and like until I got to uni when I was literally didn't know anyone, and then I had to chill on the babe because it's like, you have not met anyone here, what do you mean babe? But yeah, I used to be such a hey babe, like oh it's chill, like every day talking to these people. Like I guess the intention was like I was trying to make everyone feel comfortable, but at the same time it's like
Yeah.
it's almost like a bit too much. So
The same goes for my TMI queens.
oh
Now,
the thing is, I see these babes and I'm like, I know what you're trying to do.
yeah.
But
Like, I think a lot of the time it's easy to TMI. Oh my God, when we getting serious. It's easy to TMI because it makes a funny joke. But then also, like, as someone who's been TMI'd in front of, if you're not in the mood to receive
Yeah.
this information, it just is actually so awkward. And especially if you just met a stranger and they're like, oh, actually, take me back. That was my mid 2017 depression.
okay.
And I'm like,
Or they'll be like, oh, yeah, it's fine. I have crabs. But
oh.
like, listen, I know that in a world we should be able to say, like, there should be zero stigma, whatever the fuck. But at the same time, like, hashtag time and place, I'm also
Yeah.
thinking, don't know what to say right now.
Yeah,
Like,
you have to do an appropriate response, but you, like, also if you feed on their TMI, then it's just encouraging them to do more and more and more, and then it kind
Yeah.
of creates this
Yeah,
like
exactly.
unconscious competition of TMI,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, let's go fist
And
for
then they'll
fist then,
s-
because
and
I'll
then-
win.
Wait, let's
Fist for fist.
Okay. Dude, I can't hear you. Like, you're in my ears. And listen, I had to clarify for the viewers as well. They were also like, "Whoa, let's go what? I had to help them out. Okay.
Oh.
Another thing is, and this is like something that I've noticed, like me personally navigating the world, is when people are like too forward, or like too, guys, content warning, too sexual, like out of the blue. Like you're trying to talk to this person or trying to get to know them seriously, and they're out here like asking you like, oh, what color underwear you gone? What the like, I'm dead ass trying to have a genuine conversation with you. Or they're like, or if someone's too forward with you at a party, you can literally be like, okay, never mind.
Literally.
Like, it's just too much at the wrong time. For example, if you're at a party and someone's like, oh yeah, I bet you like, I don't know. I was gonna say, I bet you like
No.
cream pies. Bro, I just like food. Like, what? I
It's
wasn't
people
talking
trying
about
to catch
that.
a vibe, though. I think that's it. It's people trying
Yeah.
to like especially a stranger like gets too comfortable quickly sometimes, and it's like, oh, I feel the sexual energy in this person, and they go,
And
I
then
bet
they
you're
start-
ovulating, and you're like, whoa, sorry Flo, why are you bothered with my cycle? I'm on day 14, you're on day fuck
yeah,
off.
it's just
Like, no one involved you.
it's
Like,
just
it's actually
too,
crazy.
It's too much, and I feel like within this generation,
Gen Z era.
I feel like we've lost like a sense of, like, you know, in the 90s movies. I wasn't there in the 90s, so I don't really know, but sort of hinting towards the obvious. Like, you know that this person likes you, and you can feel a vibe, so you hint towards the obvious instead of hinting towards some sort of sexual encounter or sexual like hint.
Yeah.
You don't have to hint towards that, because you should be hinting towards the fact that they like you. Be like, oh, but you wouldn't want me to come with you to go somewhere. And it's just like, but yes, like, but you know that I would. So it's like, it's kind of, you're working backwards instead of like rushing all the way forwards. And that makes people feel uncomfortable.
I say
Hashtag bring back that 90s love.
bring back courting. Bring back courting. Throw a rock at my window. Give me flowers. I want to know you like me. For who I am.
Because where are you outside the window with the flipping boombox,
With the
bitch?
boombox, you're so real.
Yeah.
Where you at? Because I know 100% of my friends and my acquaintances, I don't even know if they've received flowers on a first
Yeah.
date.
It's the normality of, oh, you know we're dating, right?
Yeah, like
I know we're dating.
I don't know anything.
Listen, mate, you'll be lucky if I know the bloody time. I know we're dating. Not after those mixed signals you've been giving me for 2 weeks.
Crazy.
Not the way you were acting in mischief.
crazy. Someone just got podded.
Yeah. But it is crazy, though. It's like, that is
Yeah.
what scares the hoes, a sense of casualness beyond repair.
Yeah.
I love a bit of casualness. I'm all for it. But then it gets to a point where you're actually like, are you a masochist? Are you like just wanting to like hurt people now? Like,
yeah.
this is just crazy. Like, actually grow
It's
up.
way too casual, and I feel like I blame the apps.
I blame the apps too. I blame
The
Charlie
apps.
XCX. I want to guess the colour of your underwear.
Wait. Wait. You
And
want to do what?
And then Billy knows it because she bought them for you.
Boy.
Whoa. What happened to going shopping with your mum for underwear? What happened
Yeah.
to
And having to sneak off.
that? Yeah.
And then Loki just putting it in the pile, so that when she gets the till, and she's bringing everything out, and then she brings
She's
out
like dental
3
floss.
pairs.
She's like,
She brings out 3 pairs of Brazilian thongs. She's like, I didn't know. I think I just put it on.
Don't
Did
think
you
they're
pick
my
those
size.
up? No. No.
Everyone's got them. Like, it's just
No.
like I'm just. Yeah, yeast infection in a box. Sorry, that is TMI, but
There,
it
you
is.
just scared the hose then. That's just what we were talking about,
Vanish.
Molly.
Vanished, but I
It's
needed
just
to
what we're
mention it.
talking
I
about.
needed to mention it. But yeah, it is just like, yeah, stop being so casual.
Yeah.
And I think it is just like, it really irks me. And I don't use that word a lot, but it irks me.
it pokes
Like, it
you.
just,
It touches you.
it just
Son's
really
consent.
annoys me sometimes with casualness. Because if like I genuinely like someone beyond romanticization, beyond like, oh, I'm convincing myself that, you know, your imperfections are kind of like aesthetic, kind of ugly, cute. Like,
Yeah.
no, if I'm not doing that, like, I don't want to be like, oh, I'm really trying to hold all this baggage in, guys. I'm
Yeah.
trying not to TMI it, but it's like, I don't want that level of casualness. It's just like, you actually are making fun of me basically to my friends with the way you're treating me. Like, just like stop being silly with the casualness.
Yeah, no more casualness, guys.
No more casualness.
Jumping off your point, talking about what are you talking about?
What was I not talking about?
Oh, sort
Am
of
I right?
being casual. Like, a whole facade, for example, you're scaring the hoes away when you are 100% like in this mysterious vibe.
Yeah.
There's no reason for you to be mysterious, for you to be cool, for you to be like, I don't listen to music on Spotify. I need my records. Babe, you've actually scared every single hoe out this hoe because you're so stuck on being a specific type of thing.
Yeah.
For example, if this also goes for the artsy babes, like if you're artsy, then like you're saying, oh, you know, I only listen to music with my Marshall headphones on. Okay, next. Like you scared everyone out this hoe, and I don't care anymore. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really do this. I don't really go on TikTok because it's gonna rot my brain.
Oh my gosh, it's already rotted.
Really,
It's already rotted.
really. Okay, next. Like,
This actually brings me on to like kind of a wrap up point. Fired and Hired is something that birthed from me and Tana's loins.
yeah.
And it's kind of like Hired
There's
is
so much birthing.
Yeah, real. Hired is who does it well, and fired is get out of the room.
Yeah.
So my hired this week for not scaring the host, for succeeding in a dating life,
Yeah.
is Leo women straight after eating or screen time. Leo women are the angels of the earth.
If you are a
and
Leo woman, hashtag I'm a Leo rising.
it's just amazing. You actually are angels. And my fired is
Classy.
gap year humanity students at house parties alone.
Oh, Lord. Sorry, say that again. I kind of one more time for the people at the back.
Gap year humanity students who went to a house party alone.
Raw.
Do you want to see? Well, though, do you want to see the pictures of me with the elephants? No.
No, because it was super cool. Like he was all the way up behind me. These monkeys were so cheeky in Thailand.
Although no. So I do philosophy. So it's kind of like I kind of I like to question the world. Kind of like I don't know. Wait, let me just get out my iPhone 13.
Have you heard of Aristotle and like what he thinks of life?
It's kind of like Mark. What's his name? Mark's theory. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
something like
Whatever.
that. I don't know.
It was
I
kind
don't
of
really
a
pay
made-up
attention in the
name.
lectures.
Yeah, I just don't really go. I can't lie. I'm at back rooms.
But like, I would go back to Thailand in a heartbeat.
You're fired.
Bye.
Yeah. Cut.
Bye.
In Pitch Perfect style. Like, you scare the hoes.
So bad. And you don't even realize it because you can't even see through that flipping. You know those ugly hoodies? I'm trying to find them in my brain. And they're like patchwork. Or they're like the ones where it's like, oh, you know what I'm talking about, with the stripes. And it's
Just
like, and then the trousers, which are Thailand trousers. They're literally the Thailand trousers that go with it. It's like a suit.
it's just too much.
Do you have recommendations?
Yeah, I do. Trying a new nail lady. Shout out to my nail lady. She's the best.
Shout them out properly.
Let me actually get her Instagram up. Because she's the most amazing woman ever, and I think she's my soulmate. Shout out the Talon Salon LDS. Girl boss in Leeds. Literally, she's so amazing and she's so talented. My recommendations is I sent you this beautiful boy edit on TikTok that features I love you. It's at Pulp Fiction with 2 L's.
I know the one that you're
Oh my
about.
god! It's and
No.
HR news. Sorry, quick HR news. Stephen Colbert had Stanley Tucci, Brian Cox, and Jason Segel recreating a Devil Wears Prada TikTok.
I am so in love with Brian Cox. It's insane. Like he's granddaddy. Sorry. Hey. Granddaddy, not daddy. Flipping heck. Anyways, my recommendations, I would say, I think it's Eve's Tumor season. So if you don't know, clock in. And it's also Fontaine season because that edit was crazy. I Love You by Fontaines and then Beautiful Boy edit. And it was the bit where it was,
I will actually see if I can find the link to put it in the bio and you can watch it because it was
too
harrowing.
much. That made me like, I
It
had
was-
to rewatch it.
yeah.
Insanity.
It's too much.
And then, if you haven't already, I think you should watch Mulholland Drive. Sorry, I don't know why that took me so long.
Mulholland Drive. This is a woman under the influence. Shout out Cassavetes.
But yeah, watch Mulholland Drive. It's so good. I only watched it recently, which is crazy. # film student fails. Top 10 film student fails. This is Watch Mojo, by the way. This is not Intro 2. But yeah, I feel like you should watch Mulholland Drive. It's so good. It's so inclusive. # WLW. I'm trying to think of other things that it has in it. It's kind of creepy. # David Lynch. I think that's it.
But yeah, thank you for listening to our podcast.
We love you.
We love you, and thank you for
Make sure
listening.
you like, subscribe, comment. There was a comment
Follow our
last week.
Instagram.
We
Yeah.
love that. What crazy scenes.
Follow our Instagram and keep scaring the host, because actually it makes me laugh, and I will this Halloween
And
weekend.
it's October. Like, get into the season.
Yeah,
Festivities.
yeah. So I hope you all have a good rest of the day, and yeah, get them Thailand pants on and get scaring the hose with the gap year stories.
Get scary.
Woo. Bye.